Hey everybody, welcome back to TechOdyssey. Today I'm here to talk about the Pixel 6 and how it's not a mid-tier phone. It's actually, I believe, mostly a flagship phone, and you're going to have to go with me on this. I watched the Mr. Who's the Boss End of the Year Awards, and I had seen somebody share a tweet. I'm like, how is this the mid-tier phone of the year? Granted, his mid-tier categorization talks about prices from $400 to $600, $400 to $500, something like that. Anyway, the Pixel 6 is kind of an aberration because it doesn't fit into the traditional criteria for a mid-tier phone. Maybe a mid-tier price phone, because typically when you kind of look at that stuff, yeah, around the $300, $400, $500, $600 price category, but it's essentially a flagship phone. So we can't really call it a mid-tier phone. We can call it a mid-tier priced, mostly flagship phone. And I think a lot of this conversation has to do with reimagining the lines, which have been blurred over the year. Used to be it was you had a budget phone, a mid-tier phone, and then a flagship phone. Now we have like flagship phones, we have super flagship phones, we have pro phones, we have folding phones. There's not really these same boxes that exist anymore. And the Pixel 6, he actually called it the phone of the year. And in some ways I agree. When I bought this, I had already got the Pixel 6 Pro. I tested it out, and I was so impressed with it, I thought at $599, this phone has to be really good because it's got the same underlying stuff. You got the tensor chip, you got 8 gigs of RAM, you've got a beautiful AMOLED display, you've got full 1080p display. It's not quite HD+. Simmer down a little bit, no 120, but it's got 90 hertz. And then it's missing the telephoto camera, which by and large, most people don't care about. Now, people that care about Pixel phones do, because Pixel has always been synonymous with the best cameras that you can get in a smartphone. Well, the telephoto takes the cake in that department. So, yeah, you have a full complement, full array of cameras with the Pro. You have the primary camera, the telephoto, the ultra-wide. Here in the Pixel 6, you just have the primary and the ultra-wide. But nothing in this experience is a compromise, and it's definitely like, I've tested out a lot of mid-tier phones. Mid-tier phones always offer a lot, like especially they're usually overseas international phones. It's a Xiaomi, it's a Poco, it's a Redmi. I mean, they're all the same company, being honest. But those phones, they'll give you like an 8 series Snapdragon processor or a 7 series, and then it's like we got an IR blaster, we've got like a monstrous battery, we've got fast charging, we've got a headphone jack, we've got a there's a lot of stuff that kind of grabs towards the flagship category, or things that used to be in flagship phones that we cared about, and kind of draws them all in. These mid-tier phones are like, here, let's throw everything at them, but it won't be the best. And then the build quality is usually suspect, or it's not necessarily suspect. It's just not, it doesn't feel premium. They usually feel kind of hollow. They feel plasticky. Some of them do feel heavy just because they shove such big batteries in them. But when you look at the Pixel 6, I think it does make a strong contending argument for Android phone of the year. My top phone of the year, not going to say it right now, but I do believe that the iPhone 13 Pro is about as perfect as it gets when it comes to a phone. It's polished, it's refined in all the right places, it has the power, the sophistication. I think the Pixel is good, but I think that the iPhone 13 Pro camera setup, I think it's better. And you even get the macro mode as well. So that'll be another video. I think I'm going to make a iPhone 13 Pro versus Pixel 6 Pro. It's just a complete phone, and it has amazing battery life. You also get Apple services, whatever. I'm not turning this into an Apple video. I hate Apple. A lot of you guys know that. But yeah, when I saw this video from Mr. Who's the Boss, and then this award for mid-tier phone of the year, I'm like, I just can't get jiggy with that. And we have to create some more categories. But even if we create more categories, I still don't feel like it fits in the mid-tier. The only thing mid-tier about it is the pricing, and I won't call it mid-tier pricing, I call it phenomenal pricing, because a lot of these other companies, these other phones, they try to make a mid-tier phone, they try to make a budget flagship, is kind of what I like to call them, because they have a lot of flagship stuff in them, but it's not an Apple phone, it's not a Samsung phone, it's something kind of off the beaten path here in the United States you wouldn't even usually consider buying or don't know about. You can't pick it up on a store shelf, you're not going to get, there's always trade-offs. You're not going to have as good a signal quality. You're not going to have that connection speed because it just doesn't support all the bands. It's not made for the US. So I don't usually lump that into the flagship category unless you look at something like the Mi 11 Ultra, then we can talk. But when you look at the Pixel 6, does everything really, really well. It does have its cons, just like any phone does. I don't like that it's not Quad HD Plus. I think that's kind of arbitrary, really. Whenever you get into semantics, it's still got a 6.4-inch screen, which is gigantic. It's almost the same size as the 6.7-inch Pixel 6 Pro. I don't like that it doesn't have facial recognition technology. I don't like that the fingerprint sensor is not the greatest in the world. There are some things here that keep it from being as polished and refined as complete as I would like it to be considered the complete phone of the year. But one thing that if you come into my channel and you see a lot of videos, I like to talk about value. I like to talk about performance. I like to talk about benefit to the consumer, because you don't need to go out and buy a $1,000 phone. $1,000 phones are great. They're cool if you can get them under financing specials, and you can get them for free if you trade something in. But a $1,000 phone, a $1,200 phone, they're very, very expensive. And most people don't want to go spend that. They don't even want to they don't even have a conversation. And I don't blame you, because if you don't care about phones, you probably don't really care about what a $1,000 phone brings to the table. You're probably happy with a phone around the $500 price point. That gives you flagship performance. And that's what the Pixel 6 does. You don't have to compromise on anything. IP68 dust and water resistance, 4600 milliamp battery, Full HD plus 90 hertz. It's got an AMOLED display. You've got nice stereo speakers. You've got a really good camera setup. You've got a great build quality. You got this nice flat screen. You've got 5 years of support. I feel like it's a really complete phone in most areas. If the Pixel 6 itself were about $799, $899, I would be much, much more critical. At $599, there's just nothing else this good in the Android world that's going to give you the performance, the reliability, the camera features, the capabilities, the support, long-term services. And it's gonna continue to mature for the life of the phone, because Android, every year, they come out with new features and new stuff for their flagship phones. That gets kicked back to the older ones. So this phone is very, very early in its life. It just came out. It's going to get better over time, and they may even enable facial recognition at some point in time, but I can't talk about that today because it's not here. But I don't think that it's a mid-tier phone. I think if you want to talk about mid-tier pricing, sure. If you look at what a mid-tier phone actually is, we're looking at like the A72G, we're looking at like a Motorola, we're looking at other stuff that just doesn't quite fit the bill for a flagship phone, but really has some nice flagship-esque stuff. And this one being so similar to the Pixel 6 Pro, I kind of have a hard time wrapping my head around that, because this is basically a Pixel 6 Pro. The only difference is battery a little bit smaller, which you don't really need that because you have a smaller screen that's also 1080p. 90 hertz versus 120 hertz, so that's also something that's different. And there's no telephoto, other than no curved edge display, which, I mean, I guess if you want to associate curved edge display with flagship or more premium, sure you can, but a lot of people don't even like those, so it's more of a choice thing than a flagship thing. But it's really a hard world and a different category of things to talk about, because phones don't fit the same molds, they don't check the same boxes as they used to, and what's being offered out there just doesn't line up. Because if you say, okay, well, if a flagship phone has to have 120 hertz, well, if you look at the iPhone 12 Pro Max last year, it still only had 60 hertz. So I mean, the criteria is not hard and fast for this stuff. So I mean, there's a wide road of different direction that people can go with this stuff. But I don't think the Pixel 6 is anything mid-tier, other than the price point, which maybe, hey, that's the point he was trying to get across. But when you lump it in with phones that clearly are mid-tier, I have a problem with that. And don't worry about the red lights back there. This isn't really a rant. Aaron did a great job. I liked the video he did. Well thought out, well put together. I respect the fact that he says Pixel 6 is the phone of the year. I don't think it's phone of the year. I think it's best Android phone of the year for most people. But I'm not going to send everybody to go get a Pixel 6, because everybody might not want one. I don't really like to do these best of, best of. I like to do best of within context. And I think with the Tensor chip, with the Android service and support you get from Google for 5 years, I think with the performance, I think at $599 it's just such a good phone and brings so much to the table. It feels like a premium flagship phone, and I think it pretty much is. But at $599, it just undercuts everything else that's out there. So is this a phone for everyone? No. Is it phone of the year? Yeah, I don't think it's necessarily the phone of the year. I think it's the most remarkable phone of the year, but I don't think it's the best. And then you get people like, well, oh, the Fold 3 is the best because it's the most expensive and has all the features. Well, the iPhone is because it... I'm not going to get into this video. I don't think the Pixel 6 is a mid-tier, and I just don't want people to be confused by that, because you could very well be. I mean, you watch this video and you go, wow, the Pixel 6 is a mid-tier? Wow, I didn't really think I had a mid-tier phone. It's got everything, right? Well, basically, yeah. So you're not losing out. You don't have a substandard phone. You don't have a mid-tier phone. You have pure flagship performance with most flagship qualities at a $599 price, which is just mind-blowing to me that you can get that. So I think it's a great phone. We'll talk more about this later. I do have a video I wanted to make talking about, I do think the Pixel 6 may be the best Android phone for most people. For discerning tech enthusiasts, tech people, that somebody who just wants a really good phone that gives you almost everything flagship, yeah, I would recommend this any day of the week over any other Android phone. If you want the most complete package, yeah, I'm probably going to steer you towards the Pixel 6 Pro, or we could even debate the S21 Ultra, even though I don't like the battery life. Some people do get battery life, whatever. There are other phones I could point people to who want different things, who want a more complete, better camera setup. So that's why I have a hard time saying it's the best one of the year. I'm not going to shirk the 4x telephoto with that really awesome telephoto camera the 6 Pro has. So yeah, Pixel 6 Pro, fantastic. A lot of good stuff going on there. But today, the Pixel 6, I don't believe is a mid-tier phone. I believe it is pretty much a flagship phone. I consider it, I don't know, maybe it's a mid-tier flagship phone. I don't know. We might have to create some new categories here, but definitely not lumped in with the rest of the $400 to $600 competition. This is lumped in with the $700, $800, $900 competition. They just happen to pull the rug out from under a whole lot of companies, and that's great because it's disruptive. It's good for you. It's great for competition because now these companies have to respond and come out with something basically on the same par this next go around, because the Pixel 6 it's going to sell a lot of phones, and it's going to run circles around a lot of this competition, because the cheapest phone, that the S22 from Samsung is going to come out, is probably going to be like $799 or $899. So they're going to have to find a way to get that cheaper and see if they can compete, or see if this rumored FE phone ever comes out. But anyway, that's all I got for this video. I'm going to cut it off here. I tricked you with the red lights. I know I set you up for failure. I was like, I'm going to turn these on. People are going to go, oh, he's got something to rant about. And I'm like, well, you know, sometimes I'm prone to go on tangents. So I left them on as a reserve in case I wanted to reserve the option. I don't really have anything bad to say. I just wanted to put some clarification out there, talk about the Pixel 6 for a minute, because I have strong feelings that it's not a mid-tier phone. Anyway, that's all I got. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave those down in the comment section. I'll get back with you. If you enjoy the video, please hit the like and the subscribe button and the little notification bell if you want updates when new videos come out. Please, that would be helpful. Come join the TechOdyssey family. Show up. I put out videos every single day. Hopefully you like that, because that's what we do here. I'd like to talk about some phones and some tech. Anyway, so as always, thanks for being here. I appreciate you taking the time to watch this, and I'll see you guys next time.